Relax, right, just split ball, my man, relax. Don't worry about that.
Rule 24D. If the line of the ball changes unexpectedly, for example when a ball glances off a mount, and as a result the right-of-way changes, the player who had the right-of-way must be given room to continue a short distance on the original right-of-way. A player clearing the right-of-way may make no offensive or defensive play in doing so.
Basically, a quick line change means that there was an old right-of-way established. Everybody's proceeding along an old right-of-way, and all of a sudden, when the line changes, you've got a new right-of-way, but it's changed unexpectedly or in a different direction quickly, and that's something that a lot of people need to keep as a concept. Anytime you've got a line change and you have a new line, everyone realizes that there's a new line, but the quick line change concept comes into play when it happens so quickly that there are people on the old line that can't react quickly enough, and they need to be considered somehow.
The extended right-of-way is a key factor in quick line changes. In this example, the first player in the light jersey has the right-of-way and is being trailed by a teammate also in the right-of-way path. The player in the dark jersey makes a legitimate play on the first light player when he steals the ball, but fouls the second light player who is entitled to safe passage ahead on the old right-of-way. A player on the old right-of-way must be given room to continue ahead on it until he can collect his horse and move out of the way. In this example, number 2 in the light jersey taps the ball back and away, then follows too quickly across in pursuit of the new line. Foul on light. Number 4 in the dark jersey, who is still pushing up the old line, does not anticipate his opponent's backhander and must be given room to clear out. A player cannot be expected to anticipate a sudden line change or be penalized for not doing so.
Generally, if there's any deviation from the old line, suddenly you have to be given time to clear out of the way.
In this quick line change play, number 3 in the light jersey taps the ball under number 3 in the dark jersey, who is waiting outside of light's lane. Light number 3 checks in order to give his opponent time to clear. He clears as quickly as possible, allowing light's number 1 teammate to hit and the play to continue. Number 3 dark was expecting number 3 light to hit the ball forward and did not anticipate the sudden line change. No foul on dark as he clears promptly. No foul on light either, as he allows his opponent the time he needs to clear.
If the defending player didn't move, if he just is there and the other player taps it into his horse, it's not a foul.
Not allowing a player time or room to clear can also be bad strategy. By pushing up the new line before the players in the dark jerseys can clear out, as the player in the light jersey does here, he forfeits his play and should not have a foul called in his favor. In this quick line change example, the near side is used to advantage by the player in the light jersey. By using the near side, the player in the light jersey changes the line, but is still able to give his opponent in the dark jersey, who is traveling at speed down the old line, free passage to cross and clear the new right-of-way. The light player moves off the top of the line and into the near side right-of-way, where he waits for the ball to reach him. He taps it back and away, creating a new line, then waits for the dark player to clear the old right-of-way before following the new right-of-way he has created.
Even if somebody happens to be standing facing the direction of that new line, they have to allow me time to clear out, to go on through. If I can't stop and turn around, they have to allow me the time to go through that old right-of-way, clear that old right-of-way before they come proceed along the new right-of-way.
The player on the white pony, upper right, happens to be facing the direction of a new line. The player on the black pony is simply there when the line changes. Therefore, the player meeting the ball along the newly created line has no right to push for a foul against him. A player clearing the right-of-way may not make an offensive or defensive play while doing so, as the player in the dark jersey does in this example. The dark player hits the ball off his light opponent. Light turns to follow the new line while the dark player, following on the old right-of-way, attempts a shot at the ball. The dark player fouls, not necessarily because he fails to clear, but because he makes an offensive play at the ball while doing so. Here's another attempt at an offensive play on a newly changed line. Number 3 in the dark jersey taps the ball out to the right and creates a new line. The player in the light jersey follows the old right-of-way for an offensive play. At the last minute, he thinks better of it and pulls out, avoiding a collision, and in this case, a foul. In this example, the player on the black pony commits an illegal defensive play. The player on the white pony taps across the old right-of-way, creating a new line and a new right-of-way. As the player on the white pony must allow his opponent time to clear the right-of-way, the player on the black pony may not take unfair advantage by slowing down and blocking the right-of-way, or as he does here, by using the time his opponent is allowing him to check up and turn back to make a play at the ball. Instead, he should station himself for the next play, as he does now.
Now where the lines blur a little bit is when a player can react to a quick line change, and he can shut down and make that turn and get out of the old right-of-way and get on the new right-of-way. If he can do that, then the quick line change rules don't apply, and that's something very important to keep in mind.
This is an example of how a player who can anticipate a line change, as number 2 in the dark jersey does, can legally make a play on the new line. The number 2 player in the dark jersey, on the offside of the line, anticipates the play number 3 in the light jersey is about to make, and turns to legally take an offside back shot. Light started from the near side and can claim only the near side in the newly created right-of-way. If a ball hits off a pony, the player on that pony has only fouled if he has impeded the right-of-way. The dark player decides too late to pull off an attempted backhand shot. He fouls by impeding the right-of-way of the player in the light jersey. Dark's foul is only made more apparent by the ball hitting into his pony. The windmill appeal by Light is also a foul here.
If I'm on an old right-of-way and I'm running the ball forward, and you come in front and I hit the ball off of your horse or something like that, then that's a foul on you, and that's the distinction between a right-of-way foul and a quick line change call.
Here, the player in the light jersey commits 2 fouls. The light player creates a dangerous situation by crossing into the near side right-of-way of the player in the dark jersey. The fact that the ball hits Light's pony is immaterial here, but emphasizes Light's illegal cross and dangerous riding, 2 obvious fouls. However, Dark's excessive appeal should cost him the free hit he has earned. In this example, the player with the right-of-way hits into an opponent who is outside the right-of-way. The opponent in front is clear of the dark player's right-of-way as Dark hits into his pony. No foul here.